Welcome to Jeff, the unlicensed therapist. I always got to give it a second because there's always a little lag time. Here we go. Welcome to Jeff, the unlicensed therapist, everybody. No, I didn't have a show on Monday. I was actually in Sydney, Australia. I just got back today. I put up a little thing saying, "Hey, I'm in Sydney today." Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Phoenix is in the house already, so thank you for tuning in, Phoenix. We appreciate you. Let me make sure I've got everything up and running. Looks like we're looking pretty good. Yeah, I think so. All right. Nice. What's this one now? Okay. Ron was like, it's like, you can do this ad, but not this ad. You can do this one, but not that one. All right, whatever, Rumble. Okay, I do love Rumble. I'm giving a hard time. So welcome to Jeff Sam, licensed therapist, where you can ask your questions. Actually, I do have a question. The one you sent in. Let me try and get it. I think I had it on Gmail. And then we'll get right into things in a second. Let me. I want to get to one of your questions tonight. So I always have a tendency to forget or get sidewinded or sidetracked. So let's just pull this up right now. By the way, if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button. You can do that for me right now. Let me go to Gmail. Pulling this one up. I think it was on Gmail. I got too many accounts, man. All right, Gmail. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Got it. No, X out of here. X out of here, and there we go. All right. So this is from I don't know. I don't know if I should say the person's name. They'll know who they are. I didn't ask them. Okay, can I say your name? I don't feel like I can't, but we'll do it anyway. So am I the asshole? We're gonna start out this way. Am I the asshole for not losing weight? I don't know. I don't think so. I know the person, so I'm gonna say no, but I'm gonna say no. What is the weight? Let's get into it. My doctor says I need to lose weight so I'll be healthier. Okay, well, your doctor's probably got a point. At least your doctor can actually tell you that you need to lose weight. There's a lot of doctors out there in this day and age that they can't do that. They have to embrace body positivity to the point where they're just like, yeah, go ahead, be 300 pounds. I don't want to say anything, or I'll lose my practice or my license, or heavy set people will show up with bags of Cheetos and demand my ouster from the clinic or practice. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. My doctor says I need to lose weight so I'll be healthier and around to take care of my cats. All right. But they're why I eat to begin with. I see. See the catch-22. Joseph Heller. Classic book if you haven't read it. Then there's a thought, at least I won't have to do litter boxes anymore. Does that make me an asshole? No, it doesn't. Litter boxes are a pain in the neck. Let's be honest. Here's my suggestion to you. If you want to lose weight, I really think this is a solid idea. Everybody wins here. You can only eat, you allow yourself to eat like a strict amount, like what you're supposed to eat to stay healthy, right? Or what your diet is, what you want to eat in order to get your ideal weight or keep the weight that you want, okay? You set that up first. Then any other food that you eat has to be eaten either while you're cleaning the litter box, basically. So while you're cleaning the litter box, that's the only time you can have ice cream. That's the only time you can have any of the bad foods, whatever those are, the fried chicken, whatever it is. The only time you can eat those foods is when you're cleaning the litter boxes. So what's going to hopefully happen is you will associate that negative smell, you get that sense memory, and have an aversion to this food. You don't do it while you're eating your regular diet, but you do it, just when you're going to cheat, kind of to stop you. And let the litter boxes build up a little bit. Don't cheat the system. This is a brilliant system I just came up with. It's called the litter box diet. And now what you do, you let them, you need a stinky litter box. It's just one that you clean all the time, not going to cut it. One where you can actually smell the flavor crystals, if they call them that. Not going to work, but a deep, hard ammonia smell. And that's the only place you can cheat on your diet. I guarantee. Well, I won't guarantee. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I think this is going to work. So there you go. That's my advice to you. You can check that out tomorrow. I know you're not watching tonight because you told me you weren't, and I didn't say your name because I didn't know if I was allowed to. So it's called confidentiality. I'm an unlicensed therapist, but I reflect and respect confidentiality. So there you go. All right, let's get. I think that's a good, solid question. Good evening, Midwest Gunner. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you. All right, let's do this. Okay, let me see. It's all available. I think that was a solid start to the show, don't you? I feel very happy with that as a beginning. All right. Oh man, I can never. It's my old computer, my old software. But let's do one ad for a Rumble because Rumble rocks. They are the reason I'm here, and I feel like that was a good one. And you know what else I liked? It was an actual question from you. I didn't just go off the interweb, right? Right. All right, let's get started here. Accept and start. Yeah, I want to do an ad for Rumble, so let's see if we can do one. Here we go. They can cancel your account, freeze your cards, decide what you're allowed to buy, say, or support. Big banks and financial institutions have total control, and they use it. That's why financial independence matters now more than ever. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a wallet built for real freedom. With Rumble Wallet, you control your money, not a bank, not a government, not a tech company. Buy digital assets like Tether, Tether Gold, and Bitcoin in one secure place. No permission, no middlemen, no cancel button. And when you want to support the creators you actually believe in, like my show, let's say, you can use the Rumble Wallet app to directly tip creators securely, instantly, and without interference. This isn't a credit line they can shut off. It's yours. It's your wallet permanently. Yours to protect your future, yours to protect your family. When the system fails, when institutions turn on their own, people, let's try this again. When the system fails, when institutions turn on their own people, financial sovereignty is the difference between security and vulnerability. Rumble Wallet isn't about politics, it's about freedom, ownership, and protecting what's yours. So take control today. Download Rumble Wallet now and step away from the big banks for good. True ownership, true protection, true financial freedom. That's Rumble Wallet. Hop on that. It's a great thing to get. Thank you, Rumble. They are my biggest supporters, and I love me some Rumble. So God bless you. All right, let's get back to the show. So that was cool. I got to answer one question. Well, this isn't taped. This is live. But the person who's going to watch this tomorrow, it might seem like it's taped. This is absolutely live. Cutting out all the sugar. And you guys, this is something I also decided. You can also contribute here if you have your own advice. I think my kitty litter diet is brilliance, and someone's going to steal it and make a lot of money. They're probably not going to make any money. But I think it's a good idea. It's a little disgusting, but I think you need to do it. You need to really push the envelope to lose the weight. Okay, Midwest Gunner says cutting out all sugar is the best way to lose weight fast. It worked for me. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad idea. But here's the thing: you want a weight loss program that is sustainable. You want a weight loss program that you don't hate, because what will happen is you'll lose a bunch of it fast, and then you will just gain it all back because you just lose that willpower. You just need something that you can incorporate into your lifestyle or diet. That's why I highly recommend Jeff Ahern's Kitty Litter diet. There you go. That's what I'm pushing. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button. All right, let's check out Am I the Asshole? The content page. Let's pull it up. Got kind of an interesting one to kick off the evening here. Let's see what it says here. All right, it says, I'm going to say yes. I'm just going to throw that out there and I always like to say yes first, and I'll correct myself if the facts dictate it. But usually I'm right. Am I the asshole for saying another man's name during sex? I got to say yes. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way, cartwheel around, convolute myself into a pretzel in order to make it okay. But I can't unless he likes hearing another guy's name. I don't know. It's different strokes, folks. To be clear, 26 female didn't moan another's man name. So you didn't moan it. So you just said it like matter of factly, like he's going at it, you're going at it, you're like Jacob. That's how do you hear it in your head? How did your boyfriend hear it? All right, let's keep going. All right, to be clear, I didn't moan another man's name. All right, well that's probably why the relationship's still there. My boyfriend 26 thinks I did though. See, I'm going to agree with your boyfriend. Yeah, I think you heard it, Jacob. I don't know why I'm picking Jacob, but Jacob and but you went, oh, Jacob. I don't know. You freak. And I feel weird that he isn't trusting. Why would you feel weird he isn't trusting you? You moaned another man's name in bed, though you said you didn't. You just said it, matter of factly, during sex. While we were having sex, see, you just said it. I moaned his name. You said, to be clear, I didn't moan another man's name. Then, literally the next paragraph, you say, while we were having sex, I moaned his name. So even you don't believe you. But I noticed this time he got all quiet and tense. Oh, okay. So you thought you moaned his name. Yeah, I mean, this is not good. This relationship is probably done. How would you feel if you started moaning some other chick's name? I don't know. Maybe you guys are into that or whatever. But I noticed this time he got all quiet and tense. Then stood up and started getting dressed. Yeah, that seems like a legitimate reaction to you moaning some other dude's name. At least you didn't moan random stranger. Random stranger. That would have been even worse, I think, for him. Maybe it would have been better. I don't know. I asked him what was wrong, and he said, I just moaned another man's name. Yeah, you definitely moaned another man's name. Of course, I'm confused, and I explain that I said his name. He keeps saying I said someone else. Do you have like a stuttering problem? Are we dealing? Let's deal with all the physical abnormalities too. I don't think you do. So I asked him what name I said. Then he said Vaughn. My boyfriend's name is Steven. Vaughn. It's not even close. Steve Vaughn. Maybe you could have played that up like, oh, no, I didn't say Vaughn. I said Steve Vaughn. Steve Vaughn. I just hit the Steve part low. I went Steve Vaughn. I put the accento, the accent on the Vaughn. Just trying to help you out, lady, because you are in a world of hurt here. Listen, if this guy does stay with you, it's just for the sex at this point. I don't think you have a relationship on the table with this guy. You can't do that crap, man. I explained to him that he must have heard the Vaughn. Yeah, and his name. See, you did what I said. I told you. Try and work it. Try and muddy the waters. But we all know you said Steven. Because that's his name. We also, to my knowledge, don't know anyone with the name Vaughn. Now he's accusing me. Maybe this is a you said he heard. Usually it's a he said she said. Now it's a you said he heard. If you really don't know a guy named Vaughn, it would be weird for you to yeah. So I'm starting to be on your side with this. All right, let's keep going. He's crying. He's just telling me, but of course I keep telling me, keep trying to tell him he must have misheard, and now I'm hurt because I have been cheated on before. He knows this, and I would never do that to somebody. Then he leaves, slams the door behind him, and is like, whatever. I just don't understand. This happened about 6 hours ago. I've been texting him, apologizing for what happened, asking if we could talk about it. He hasn't gotten back to me at all. I'm upset. I'm sure I did nothing wrong. And I'm trying to give him the benefit of, what are you trying to give him the benefit of the doubt for? He heard what he heard of the doubt, because this is sort of how I found out I was being cheated on. No way. That's weird. My stupid ass. Was your other boyfriend named Steven? Maybe that's your angle. Well, your name's Steven and my ex-boyfriend's name's Steven. So here's your thing. In the future, so you don't screw this up. And this is right up there with my kitty litter idea. You can only date guys named either Vaughn or Steven, preferably Vaughn, because you can't seem to pronounce the st, and you get yourself into trouble. So from now on, you only date guys named Vaughn, although that really shrinks the pool. Go for Steven. But that way, if you ever say Steven and hit the Steve, for the God's sake, so you're going to get into this mess again, you're moaning, even if it's somebody else's name, it's the same name. Stefan, ballpark. I'll accept the Stefan. It just sounds a little more European. Okay, so I understand he's coming from. I know I've been cheated on before. I don't know why he's not listening to me, because it wasn't even a misunderstanding. He misheard me. Am I the asshole? I don't know how I could have clarified the situation better, but it happened pretty fast. I would love to get insight. Yeah, I mean, you screwed up. I mean, you can make it. It's a good case. I mean, I was making it up, but you seemed like maybe you were too. But Steve Vaughn. There's no Vaughn, in your history. I don't know how much he knows about you. You're gonna have to do a lot of digging. I think you're screwed on this guy. I think you screwed the pooch. Trust me. Next one, only date Stevens, or learn how to pronounce a full name, even in passion. Or here's a better idea: don't pronounce any names. Just go, yeah, baby, yeah, oh yeah. Describe what's going on, guys like that, and just avoid any names unless they're like pet names, like I don't know whatever freaky stuff you're into. but avoid proper names at all costs, or only date the same person with the same name. That's my idea for you. There you go. Hey, Cass, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. TV Green's in the house. Thank you for tuning in as well. If you have questions, you can hit me up at Jeff. Thank you, TV Green. Hit me up at Jeff Ahern 56. Good to see you too. Hit me up at Jeff Ahern 56. There you go. Jeff Ahern 56 at gmail.com. I already answered one of your questions. All right, 2 for 2. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job here. I feel like I'm solid. Yeah, I've never had that situation where I've either been one, the person who they said another name, or two, the person who says, because I don't think I've ever been with, I don't know, maybe it's me, but I've never been with anyone who's said my name. I don't know if that's good or bad, maybe that's bad. Maybe it's good. I don't know. All I know is I never had that issue. Never been a problem. Never come up. But if someone moaned the wrong name, if it's a serious relationship, we're in trouble after I finish. Quickly. After I finish quickly, we're in a lot of trouble. Here's a story. It's a good one. Should I tell this yet? It's late. It's 10 p.m. I can tell a story. So I was this has nothing to do with the topic, but it just hit in my head. So I'm gonna tell the story. So I was in college, And I had been dating this girl for a while, and we broke up. And she kind of came up to see me on the weekend back in college. She was I don't want to sound like a robbing the question. She was 18. I think I was 19, and so she came up from high school to see me at college. I guess we just hook up or something. So we start hooking up. Where we're going at it, and all of a sudden she just has an epiphany that this is all wrong, and this is maybe I'm just terrible in bed. I don't know what she's thinking, but she just decides to call off. She calls an audible mid coitus. Okay, now I'm not a rapist, so I'm like, fuck, what the hell, man? So I'm obviously disappointed. I try to sweet talk as much as I can, like, can we just finish? She's like, no. And I'm like, oh my god, this is why we fucking broke up. And so I'm angry. So I take the condom off, and I just we're in my bed, and I just throw it down in disgust. We're in my dorm. So then we're talking, and she reaches down, she grabs her water because she happened to have a water on the by the foot of the bed for some reason. Well, because it's a dorm, it's not like I have a nightstand. So she picks up her water and she just starts drinking. Then she just goes, "Ugh!" And wouldn't you know it, fate being fate, the condom, when I threw it down, landed in the water and it was in her mouth. You don't hear that story anywhere else, do you? That's why I'm an unlicensed therapist. Yes, and needless to say, that was that. We were pretty much done, but I mean, boy, what a good laugh for me on the way out. Right. There you go. That's right. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 p.m. Pacific time. This Monday, though, I was actually in Sydney, Australia. I put up a video. Yeah, I know, Cass. It was like perfect. It was like God going, yeah, she should have really let you, finish up at least. But I was a gentleman. I didn't, I said, all right, took it off, threw it down in anger and disgust. And it landed where it wanted to land. Oh, that was just awesome. That was awesome. Then she slept the rest because she couldn't go home. So I didn't have a room. I didn't even have a roommate back then. I don't remember, but it was just me and her. So she slept on the top bunk. I slept on the bottom bunk, and in the morning she left. And that is my story. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you her name either. I mean, I liked her, but we were young and idiots. It's I still love to tell that story. Good times. All right, let's get back to your questions or am I the asshole? The site, which you can see right here. All right, let's do this. Am I the asshole? Maybe. Or let me see what these other people say. Okay. NTA, I don't know what that means, but I probably should. You didn't do anything wrong. Just give him time to realize he was wrong. Quit apologizing because you didn't do anything wrong. Okay, that's a lot of you didn't. Right? I mean, yeah, again, I don't know that you did anything wrong, but I don't know that this thing recovers. I don't know. You're young. You're in your early 20s, I think, from the story. So good luck to you. Just next time, again, just don't say anything. Don't say any names. Don't be quiet. Nobody wants a mute in bed. Well, maybe some people. Everyone's got a different kink. Like, hey, don't say anything. Just try not to breathe at all. If that happens and you're in a bed with the dude, you don't want to ever be in bed with that dude again. If he's like, pretend like you're dead. Okay, what? What'd you say? Huh? What? That's when you go, hey, Vaughn. You're like, huh? You just break the mood, break the cycle. All right. Am I the asshole for not letting my in-laws make mixed drinks with my good booze? All right. Here's the thing. You are not the asshole. I love my scotch, and there's nothing that makes me crazier than if I give someone like a good 18-year-old scotch or and I know it's your choice, you drink the way you want it. But if I see someone even putting ice in it, I get I'm like, I get a little upset. But you're mixing an 18-year-old, I don't know, Macallan or Highland Park or whatever, Johnny Blue, whatever, and you're mixing it with ice, ice alone. I'm already like, you need like a water dripper. Come on, you just gotta slap a big piece of ice in there, fucking ruin all the flavor. But if you mix it, I'm never giving you anything remotely that isn't bottom of the barrel scotch again. I test people first. I ask them like, hey, I ask them about their scotch, what they drink, and if they don't have like a refined palate, I don't mean to be I like my scotch. I give them the low end stuff. You gotta earn. This is therapy for me, I guess now. You gotta earn the right to drink the good stuff. You gotta have a little base knowledge. I got to joke around. You're not going to mix it with anything, are you? That's one of the funniest things. Like when you join these Scotch groups, because they're out there. I like Scotch Addicts. I think that's a great group. My friend Alan runs it. He's got like 20,000 at least people following them. But the joke is they always like go, oh, here I am pouring like just I don't know, Bunnahabhain 25 or just some expensive Scotch into a glass. And then I pour a bunch of Coke in with some ice. People lose their minds. But the joke is, it's an empty bottle of Bunnahabhain. But you fill it with some cheap shit and you pour it in, monkey shoulder or something. Yeah, there you go. So there's your answer to that. I didn't even really need to go into detail there. You are not the asshole. You are my friend. Come over to my house anytime you want, and we'll drink together. How about that? Because you respect good scotch. And if you want to put ice in, put ice in. Not too much. Don't push it. Don't push it. Anyway, my title says it all. I guess it does. I like to bring home. I like to bring home hard to get expensive. Or you like to bring home hard to get or expensive bottles of booze. Yeah. Okay, I get it. As souvenirs when I travel. Yeah. So I was at the airport today looking at the duty free. Duty free is a complete ripoff. Unless something is on clearance, it's almost always, even with no tax, more expensive at the duty free than it ever is at your local liquor store. The only thing about the duty free is you can get like the travel exclusives, which, let's face it, probably just rebranded regular scotch. Anyway, let's get to this thing. I will do a whole show on scotch if I don't keep moving here. Stuff you literally can't purchase where I live. I got you, brother. I go to auctions myself or online. A simple example is rum. Oh, rum? Rum? I think we were talking about like high-end scotch or good bourbon at least. Rum? Fuck, what do you? Now I think you are the asshole just for making such a big deal about rum. They're out there. People. All right, anyway. A simple example is rum that is only available for purchase from the distillery in Jamaica. Oh, that sounds cool now. Okay. I can only get more if I go to Jamaica and get it. Okay. Still, it's rum, dude. Don't get carried away. My wife's brother. All right. My wife's brother and sister-in-law were over last weekend. We were having a few drinks. Rum and Cokes. Yeah, rum and Cokes. All right. That's what I'm saying. Rum, you almost never don't mix rum. All right. Mostly. I had a bottle of rum out so people could make their own. My brother-in-law decided it wasn't good enough and wanted the rum from my liquor cabinet. Okay, first of all, your brother knows you are an aficionado, and he's an asshole. That's poor for you. Don't go into somebody's liquor cabinet unless you're invited in, so to speak. It's like riding somebody's motorcycle without telling them, or sitting on it for that matter. Your brother-in-law out of the gate. He's the asshole. Okay. All right. He asked me for the keys, and I said no. Yeah, you said no. I said if he wanted to try any, I would pour him an ounce to sip and enjoy, but it wasn't for mixed drinks. Yeah, you got to set you're 100% on point with all this. He got pissed and called me a snob. Good. You drink the cheap rum with the Coke. You're gonna ruin it anyway with the fucking Coke. Like rum's already sweet. You already got it with Coke. What are you gonna ruin the good stuff with? Can't believe I'm defending rum, but I'm defending this guy. He declined. My wife says I should have just let him have some. Not if he's going to mix it. I'm with this guy on this one. You tell me what you think of the comments. I said I would if she gave her makeup to the kids to use as coloring books. Yeah, that's a good actually analogy they were working on. She called me ridiculous. Yeah, no, I think that's a good way to look at it. But wouldn't let me give her the lipstick to use as red ink. Yeah, okay. No, I think you're right. I think you're 100%. You're not the asshole. Your brother-in-law is an asshole. Thank God you lock up that liquor cabinet because those lunatics are coming over and they'll just take anything and everything out of there without even asking you. There you go. I'm doing a late night show now. That's right. I do daytime shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Not all the time, but I always do these shows, although I didn't do one Monday. This is my 9th show. I did a show Friday. That seems to be the big show. And that one had almost 200,000 views. So if you have questions, you can put them in at jeffahern56@gmail.com. You can be a guest on the show. I'll try and do that Friday for sure. All you have to do is, again, jeffahern56@gmail. Put your question in now for Friday's show or for tonight's show, really. And if it looks good, I'll have you on and we'll share the screen together. Seems to make sense. Right? Right. Good. All right, let's keep going. Boom, shakalaka, boom. That one hit a little close to home. And it wasn't even like whiskey. It's fucking rum, which you mix anyways. But then once he's like, well, I got it from the distillery in Jamaica. It's really high end, and I'm like, well, it's still rum. But no, you're in the right. Brother-in-law's a jackass. There you go. He's not even an asshole. He's a jackass. Am I the asshole? This is from Set Charming, 3080. Am I the asshole for posting my what? For petitioning? Oh, for petitioning things now. Thank God I'm an unlicensed therapist. Am I the asshole for petitioning my sister's parental rights terminated so I can adopt my niece I have had in my care and custody since she came home from the hospital? Yeah, I don't know. Let's say this is going to depend. I assume you're been taken care of because her mom was doing a shit job, like really shitty job, they'll leave kids with anybody these days. Am I the asshole if I petition and terminate? I don't know how successful you'll be, but let's see. Am I the asshole if I petition to terminate my niece's birth parent rights to her against their will? My niece was born addicted to drugs. Yeah, I had a feeling. And had been in my care since she left the hospital. I've allowed my sister to stay in our lives while she went through the DCS case. Okay. Then the family recovery program that she got kicked out of. Yeah, this is already looking bad. And then she's been on probation for over a year now. She's doing better with drugs, but still doesn't seem like she's fit to be a full-time mother. The father is uninvolved. Again, I'm sure he's a real peach too, with my little one, and domestically abusive. He sounds awful too. My sister has recently started telling my toddler that I'm not her mom. Well, she's going to do what she wants to do. She calls me mommy, and this has caused my little some distress. All right. She's having accidents during the day, crying every night, saying she wants to be. Well, it sounds like, yeah, I would definitely petition that. You're not overstepping. It doesn't seem very stable. The fact that she would put her child, her biological child, through this trauma knowingly, which it seems like to me, like I'm assuming you must be leaving them alone or something, and she's just filling her heads with all kind of crap, trying to turn her against you, but really succeeding and just confusing her. And it's really almost a form of child abuse. You get right down to it. She doesn't sound like she's in a good emotional state. I'd say no. I'd say go for it. I'd say keep trying to keep the rights until your sister can prove herself to be a reasonable mother. Right now, she's not doing it. I mean, she's, again, screwing her kid up just to win, basically, just to get her back. And I don't think she's prepared. And further, again, I'm an unlicensed therapist, but this is just what I'm spitballing off of this. It's two sides to every story. But based on what you've written here, I would say, yeah, she's still not fit. She's got a long way to go. She's maybe 30% of the way there, and she needs another year or two. But you have to also own up to the fact that at some point, if your sister does get her ass together, and that's a big if, you may need to let her have her daughter back. Now, you got to be ready for that when it comes. Now, I don't think right now, it doesn't seem like the time that that's going to happen, but down the road, you want to be, her cheerleader, hoping she gets better, not hoping she gets worse, so you can keep her kid who you've obviously fallen in love with. So just some stuff to think about. But right now, at this exact point, no, I'd say you should petition and you should try and keep that child safe from her fucking horrible mom. I should say her horrible mom, but her mom was going through a lot of issues. And hopefully the dad doesn't just show up all willy-nilly, all random, and there's that, the cynical side of me. He's like, well, she wants her so she can get like a paycheck from the state, but whatever. All right. I think we answered it. TV, no problems. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, you're not late, TV. You're not late. All right. Let's keep rocking and rolling, folks. Okay. I can dump this one. Let me go here. See if there's any new ones for there. Nope, not yet. All right. We're here. All right. I think we're back. We are back. All right. Let's do this. All right. Am I the asshole? Oh, wait. This is a lot of sex stuff tonight. Well, maybe one or two. Am I the asshole for wanting to advocate against our neighbor's sex offender son moving in? Well, I mean, what is it? What's the law? What's the law? Shannon's law, Carrie's law, Harry's law, Barry's law. What is it? There's some law, right? We have to register sex offenders, has to announce their presence, or they can't be near all that stuff. So, I mean, he's got to live somewhere, this sex offender. If he's not in a jail, he's got to live somewhere. Our neighbor's husband passed away a few days ago. Let me pull this up. See, we're doing the hard ones tonight. Some nights are easy. We're getting into the weeds a little bit here. Our neighbor's husband passed away a few days ago. All right. My husband and I went over to offer condolences because we had been pretty close with him over the years. All right. During the conversation, his wife mentioned that her son would be moving in with her because he's getting out of prison. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Plot thickens. Later that day, We looked him up. I would have too. I would have done the exact same thing. I would have absolutely looked him up because, I don't know if you got kids or whatever, but I want to know who's moving in next to me, especially if they're getting out of prison. You know, they steal a car, they kill somebody, they pedophile. Apparently, they're pedophile. Later that day, we looked him out of curiosity, and he's a registered sex offender with multiple violations involving minor children. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. This immediately made us uncomfortable. Yeah. Okay, there you go. We have a young child. There's an elementary school about a mile from the house. And our neighborhood is full of kids who walk home from school, ride bikes, etc., play in the yards, etc. My husband spoke with her again and asked if she'd planned to tell the neighbors about the situation. That must have been fun. Hey, we looked your son up, and he's a filthy pedophile. Are you going to tell everybody? Well, how that conversation rolled out. Her response was that her son was framed. That's not true. You can make a case if it's like, okay, a single offense. Not a good one, but you can make a case. It's possible. But when there's it sounds like when there's multiple people calling you a sex offender, you are a sex offender. That's just the way it is. So she's that is her first strike. The fact that she's not willing to deal with the fact of what her son actually is or did, that's a big red flag. Which means she's probably not gonna. She's gonna be like that Sandusky wife who's just letting them rape kids in the basement. I didn't hear anything. Oh, I wish she should be in jail with them. By the way, guy still gets his pension, I think, from Penn State. My husband spoke with her and asked if she planned to tell her neighbors about the situation. Her response was that her son was framed and that she shouldn't have to tell anyone because she's lived in this neighborhood first. What does that mean? You live here first, so you could have a pedophile live with you. Is that in the bylaws of your local town? I'm not sure about that. I know that your son has to report as a sex offender. I don't think he gets to slide because you moved in first into the neighborhood. Anyway, he lived in this neighborhood first, and he's lived there for years. That's meaningless. That response honestly made us, yeah, exactly. See, they're on I like these people. That made me more uneasy because she doesn't sound like she takes charge seriously or plans to be cautious about the situation. 100%. She's like the Sandusky lady, or I don't know. So some like the Gigolo Beach killer, his wife. These friggin' women who you're pretty sure are helping tie the other women down. At the same time, I feel conflicted. She just lost her husband. Yeah, that does suck. But at the same time, right is right, and is probably going through one of the worst times of her life. All right, well, why don't you tell her that? Why don't you? Well, let me finish reading, then we'll do this. We were much closer to him than her. Okay, yeah, she sounds like she's kind of like a cellophane thing. It doesn't really make her presence felt. But I still feel bad adding stress to her life now. But I also feel like the safety of the kids in my neighborhood, including my own, matters more. Yeah. We don't want him moving in next door, but I also realize we probably can't legally stop it. You can't legally stop it. So am I the asshole for being upset about this and wanting to tell the neighbors about this so they can at least be aware? No, I don't think you are, because she, in spite of her loss of her husband, is not going to do a thing about it. Like, she's going to have no oversight over this kid. He's going to be allowed to run wild or do whatever he wants. Maybe he's better. Maybe he's not. Not a chance I would take with my kid wandering around his house. Yeah, I think step one, I would go to her, you, the lady, the husband, Mr. Hey, I read up on your kid and he's a sex offender. All right, you go. He's bad cop, I guess, to her. You be good cop. You go and you're like, hey, listen, I want to talk to you about your son. This is my concerns. Just lay it all out on the table. Give her one more chance. Let her have a come to Jesus moment, or come to ankle monitoring moment, and just see what she says. And if she's still like, oh, no, nothing to see her, yeah, then let the neighbors know. And there's nothing you can do. Maybe he's turned his life around, but at a minimum, you got to let people know what's going on. And if the guy's better, he's better. Eventually, he'll move out. Hopefully he's better. I don't know. But I would want to know, I would want to know. And I would tell people, if they had kids, especially, I would tell them. How about this? So you don't have to tell everybody, but at least tell everybody with kids. You'll be shitty. Like, if you're just like, oh, I'm telling her and her and her, but they're assholes. They always leave their lawn's always overgrown. They play music. They have these parties. I'm not fucking telling them the pedophile lives across the street. There you go. Okay, so that's my opinion on that. Take it for what it's worth. Again, this is why I'm unlicensed. Yeah, exactly. Either the dad stuck up for the 12-year-old watching Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, the dad's already dead. So, there you go. Never trust a Redditor. They have, yeah, it's, you know what? You're right there, Dream Cheeky. Yeah, I don't know that you really trust Redditors. Um, but who can you trust in this day and age? I don't think, I don't know. I mean, I trust all you, you know, at least the ones of you I know, the ones who are new to the show. By the way, if you're new to the show, hit the like and subscribe button. Don't be a stranger. All right, let's do this. Yeah, what is going on here? I tried. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Right. Do you have questions? You you can send them to Jeff Ahern 56 at gmail.com, or you can put them in the chat. I'll do either. But what do you think? I mean, I don't think I'm wrong on that, right? What do you think? I would, if I'm in that situation, I'm giving that mom every opportunity to prove to me that she is going to be watching her kid, or at least admitting what her kid's issue is. But yeah, if that doesn't get you anywhere, then yeah, you gotta let people know what's going on. But he does have a right to live there, and he hasn't committed a crime. He's been incarcerated. He's done his time. So he hasn't committed any new crimes. But at the same time, you gotta just a common courtesy, man. Let people know what the hell's going on. You want to scare yourself? Look, Megan's Law. I don't know why I couldn't think of it, but look up. You want to freak yourself out? Go to the sex offender database or registry and just type in your address. And if you live in any kind of a bigger city or maybe even a smaller town, it's just gonna be like bing bong, bing bong, boop, boop, boop. I mean, they're just everywhere. You're like, oh my God. And it's just the system is in some cases better than others. Sometimes they'll show you a picture of the guy, other times there's no picture. I prefer the pictures, obviously. But I stopped doing that a while ago. It's just because it's just overwhelming, especially if I live in Los Angeles, so it's a freak show 24/7. All right, let's get back to am I the asshole here? So no, I don't think you're the asshole. I think you're just being legitimately concerned. This one says, "Am I the asshole for changing my name after a divorce?" I don't know why you would be the asshole for changing your name after the divorce. I don't. Like, yeah, go change your name. Don't change. You're divorced. You do what you like. You just do what you like. I'm not even going to read that one. All right. Am I the asshole for not wanting to attend my husband's family dinner every Sunday? I wouldn't want to attend. Like, I don't like, I can be sociable, but it's got to be like in limited doses. It's a pain in the ass. It feels like a chore. Like what you're describing to me sounds like a chore. It sounds like a job to me. Now there's other people who are just like, oh yeah, I love that. Sounds awesome. Have a great time. To me, that sounds like work. I would fucking be like, do we have to? If my fiance said every Saturday we have to go to my family. Although I mean I eat with their family all the time, so it's not a big deal. I guess it just depends if you like them. I mean, if you like them, it's not work, it's not hard, it's enjoyable. If you don't really like them, then yeah, it sucks. So I'm going to go with the latter and assume that you don't really like them. My husband and I recently moved back to our hometown. That was your first mistake. After living away for several years. For some background, my mother-in-law, all right, it's a good old mother-in-law. Get the mother-in-law jokes ready. My mother-in-law and I have always got along fine. Okay, well, that's a good start. We've never had any real problems or fights, but we also aren't very close. Okay, that's not unnormal. At least you seem civil. She's very traditional religious, and I'm not really either of those things. So we never exactly clicked. She's also a big believer that family should always come first. Well, you don't think so? You're not a big family comes first person? Well, come on. That's a bad thing? Like, you're like, hey, just a family comes first person. Or is that how you're introducing that you'll have to have dinner Sunday? When my husband and I moved away years ago, she wasn't very happy about it. I bet you were. I bet you were stoked. Why'd you let your husband move back? Here's the real question. He's a mama's boy for sure. And I've always had the feeling she blamed me for moving away. Yeah, I bet you it was your fault. I guarantee you pushed him. I guarantee you were like, please, for the love of God, get me away from these people. I'm not saying that's even a bad thing, but own it. Own it. Now that we're back, we live close to both our families and a lot of our friends. My husband's family has a long-standing tradition. Okay, it's a long-standing tradition of having big family dinner every Sunday. It's basically an all-day event. That's a pain. That's just annoying. I mean, like, if it's here's your compromise right here. All right, listen. Every Sunday, all day Sunday, I want to have a Sunday to me. I want to have a Sunday to us. I want to go to the beach. You got kids. I want to do something with the kids. I want to and we'll go later in the day to the dinner. But maybe Sundays we'll be there all Sunday. But I don't want to have to be every Sunday the whole day with your family. That's too much. Just be honest with them. Anyway, All right. So he spends the afternoon hang out, cooking together. They eat around 5. That's when you go by. You roll by at 5, you leave at about 8. And then you've done your duty. And people usually leave around 6:30 or 7. Oh, look at that, even earlier. So that's what? You get there at 5, you're out by 7. That's 2 hours of your life. And you get free food, or you get hopefully a decent meal. The whole extended family is usually there with parents, siblings, cousins, grandchildren. Now that we're back, his mom is expecting us to attend every single Sunday. Yeah, you don't attend every Sunday. You can attend most of them. I mean, I'm just assuming there's someone in this family you don't like. There's some kind of dynamic where you don't feel like you fit in. I mean, there was a reason you moved your husband away. Don't say you didn't. The problem is my husband and I really don't want to. So your husband doesn't want to commit either. Okay, well that's good. It would be so much more difficult if your husband was just like every Sunday, yes, and you're like, no, I don't want to. But you're both on the same page. That's most of the battle right there. Now you just gotta align your come up with your excuses and whatever. Problem is that my husband and I really don't want to commit every Sunday. Well, that's terrific that it's both of you. Sometimes we might want to, I just said, see, friend, have a life. You just want to have a life, and you don't want to go there every friggin' weekend. Sounds like a nightmare. Maybe you should both move away again. Why don't you tell your husband, listen, find a job again, someplace out. Your mom can blame me again, and we'll move from there. There you go. So that's good news to me that you're able to do that, right? Right. What does Cass say? Okay, why keep your name in divorce? Well, we'll do that one next, Cass. I didn't think that was going to be a good one, but you seem interested, so we can do that one. But yeah, I say you choose. You're divorced. Do what you like. Give yourself a brand new name. None of the above. Just make up a name. Do what you like, man. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. It's probably we tried to compromise and told his mom we'd make sure to come one Sunday dinner a month. That seems like a really good compromise. I feel like one Sunday dinner a month is good. That seems pleasant. The other one seems like work. It seems just like, I was going to say torture, so I will. It seems like fucking torturous having to go every Sunday. And maybe more when it works. That seems very reasonable, a very reasonable compromise on your part. And again, I'm so happy your husband's on board with you with this. She was really unhappy with that and said we're gone for so many years and missed out on the tradition. Some traditions, just because you do it over and over again, doesn't make it the best thing. You know what I mean? Over and over again, they used to kill people who said that the Earth was round and not flat, that the sun didn't revolve around the Earth and that we revolved around the sun. Just because you do it all the time doesn't make it like the necessarily true or the best idea. It's just habit, tradition. She also brought up how when she was growing up, they would spend all day, every day with family. That's again, that's okay. You live that way. Why are you dragging everybody else in? And that's just how things should be. Oh God, no one. Now I know why you don't want to go to dinner. That's how things should be. She knows. She's the expert on how things should be. This one. She also seems to think I'm the reason my husband doesn't want to come every week. Take it. Take your husband will thank you. Just be like, yeah, go ahead, tell her it's me. We both know it's both of us, but honestly, if your husband was a bit more of a man, he would just be honest with your mom, his mom. Now we feel guilty, like we're being selfish. No, you're trying to have a life. You want to live your life, not your mother-in-law's. Like we don't really have a choice if we want to keep the peace, but at the same time, yeah. So no, just stick with your once a month. Stick with you once a month and maybe twice a month if it works out. And they can just deal with it. They need to grow the F up. How old's this woman? How old's his mom? All right, let me go back to what's that? What do you think? What do you think about that one? I think that's a solid answer. What if y'all have to drive 3 hours to get there? They take all the seats, stand to eat, and then drive 3 hours back home. That I would do once, and even once a month. That sounds rough, TV. Drive 3 hours to get there. They take all the seats. Well, that sucks. And then you have to stand to eat, then drive 3 hours. That just sounds awful. That sounds awful. Here's what I would do, TV Green. I would only do that once every 3 to 6 months. And just be honest. Just be like, listen, it's a 3-hour drive, man. We're not coming every week. As far as the seating goes, bring your own chairs. I'm telling you, it sounds ridiculous, but just make it kind of funny. Like, listen, we're just tired of standing the whole time. We got, lawn chair. You go to a Big Five and get like a folding chair. You get one of the little ones, with the little, you can just sit out in the backyard. Sit anywhere, man. It's more comfortable than standing. Set yourself up. Bring your own chairs. Maybe they'll get the hint and be like, oh my God, you're bringing your own chairs? No, let's, you know what? This week we'll go buy some more chairs so everybody can sit. Who's the host of this? Come on, TV Green. They gotta step up. But at a minimum, yeah, just bring your own damn chairs, and don't go all the time. That's a long trip. That's 3 hours. Granted, I live in LA, so that's just like kind of the commute to get to Orange County. But still, I would bring a chair. You got to be able to sit after all that. I mean, yeah, you're sitting in the car, but it's different. It's a different kind of sitting. You're working. You want to sit and relax, right? Right. There you go. So that's my idea for you right there. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is a good one. You want to do this one? No. I could do that one. Oh, okay, maybe that one. No. I got to do at least one more ad, I think. No. Oh, here's one. Oh, I could do that one, but I don't know. I don't know. This one. I'm very torn. I feel like I need to do at least one more ad, but I have like so many choices. It's like I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with choices, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's do this one. This seems like a good one. I'm thinking of doing, and I don't know. Let's see. We'll run this one. New sponsor of the show, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for the sponsorship. A new era for America First International Assistance. President Trump has been clear. America won't hesitate to act, and we won't write blank checks. From now on, U.S. assistance will be strategic, accountable, and tied to results that make America safer and more secure. Stronger borders, tougher enforcement, and real cooperation to stop illegal immigration and keep deadly drugs out of our community. America First Assistance will stabilize fragile regions before crisis reaches our shores, strengthen key partners, and support American farmers, manufacturers, and workers. 80% of Trump's voters support such international assistance. And to Beijing, if you're using aid to buy influence and control, the game is changing. Put that comma in there. Let me do that one more time. And to Beijing, if you are using aid to buy influence and control, the game is changing. America will lead with strength, with purpose, and with conditions that put our security first. Well, thank you for the brand new ad, and I appreciate having you on as a sponsor. Thank you, guys. All right. Rock and roll. Check them out there. The QR code should be up so you can take a peek. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. Let's go back to the, what was it, the maiden name one? Someone was mentioning the maiden. I didn't think that was like a big hit, but we could do that. Okay, here we go. Am I the asshole for changing my name after my divorce? I would say no. No, what, your first name? Your middle name? I assume your last name. No, I mean, my ex, she kept my name. I kind of wish she'd go back to hers. But yeah, she kept mine. I think it's easier. She's I don't know how to describe her. She's Canadian. She's Arab. So I guess it's just, I don't know. She likes my very Anglo name. Ahern. Anyhow, but like I'm engaged now. And I don't know what my, my fiance, she keeps her, I don't really give a shit one way or the other. Just whatever makes her happy. When I was first got married, it was important to me, a very traditional kind of, I still am in some respects, I think a lot, but it was important. I really wanted her to, I didn't want a hyphen for a wife. I wanted a woman who's going to take my name. That was it kind of, I've always saw that, growing up. So she did, and boy, it didn't work out anyway. So now fucking take whatever name you want. You got to make up your own last name. As long as you love me and I love you, I'm happy. It didn't seem to make a difference in my past relationship, so I'm not hung up on it now. Posting on a throwaway because my ex-husband's family knows my main account. All right. Names have been changed for privacy to protect the innocents, like Dragnet. I, 30 female, had been married to my husband, 33, who we'll call Jake, for 10 years. All right. We dated for 5. So you guys were 15 years altogether. We met at a comic book convention. All right. I already like that for some reason. And we're both into trading card games, video games, and all things nerdy. Well, you sound like you were a good couple for a spell. I mean, you sound like you were very dialed into each other's hobbies. I thought our marriage was great until I learned it wasn't. Our divorce was finalized at the beginning of the year because I found out he'd been cheating on me with an 18-year-old at his job for about 6 months. I want to know if is there a comic book connection to the, I know this is unrelated, but like, is she in a comic too? Is she like D&D or something? Does she have like, kitschy shirts? I'm just curious. Anyway, when I confronted him and I told him I wanted a divorce, he fought it. He cried. He pleaded. He begged for therapy. I said, no. Yeah, good for you. You know, the guy's cheating on you with some friggin' 18-year-old. Screw him. Jeff, the unlicensed therapist. Remember that. Obviously the ship has sailed. I'm not saying anything that she doesn't already feel. So we divorced. I made the decision to change my name after the divorce, which is a pain in the rear. Oh, there you go. See, now we're learning stuff. Because I didn't want to be connected with him even by name. I heard through the grapevine he was going through depression during and after the divorce. It's self-imposed. It's like these people who, not that there's a lot of them, someone who kills their family and they're like, oh my God, I have it so tough. I'm an orphan. It's like, yeah, but you killed your family. It's like, oh, my wife left me. Yeah, but you were cheating on her with an 18-year-old, crocodile tears. Anyway, I heard through the grapevine he's going through depression, and he probably is during and after the divorce. But that's not on me to fix. It's not. There's doctors he could call on the show right now. We'll fix him. Tough love fix, but I'll fix him anyway. I hope he gets help. I do too. But other than that, I wash my hands up. Good for you. You're going to find somebody way better and into cooler comics, I think. He found out about the name change from someone in our old friend group and broke down. He doesn't have any possession. It's like you're not a possession of his anymore. You're not like his, Pokemon. I wish I had more nerdy background to do a good little joke about. You're not a Charizard #1 Gold Leaf. There you go. I don't know if that's a thing. I know Charizard's a thing. He drove to my apartment at 2 a.m., scream crying that I can't just erase what we are to each other. Yes, you can. And also, I would recommend getting a restraining order. This dude's a knucklehead. My guess is he's kind of overweight because he's into the whole comic book scene. Again, that's just a gross characterization on my part. Sir, we are nothing to you. I love that you say sir, like the comic book guy in The Simpsons, also nerd. We are nothing to each other now. The police were called. Good. Get a restraining order too. By a neighbor because he was being loud. You should have called the cops, really, just as a courtesy to your neighbors. Apparently, he'd been drinking prior to the driving to my apartment. So he's drunk, driving, charged on top of disorderly conduct and striking an officer of the law. Yeah, you definitely want a restraining order on this guy. And good for you for getting away from him. Now I'm getting texts from all his friends and family that I shouldn't have changed my name. No. Who is it? What is this? Why does he have such control over everybody? Why this guy's a mess, and yet everyone's like, oh, you have just that because they don't want to deal with this whining. It's not even that they believe that he's right. They're just tired of him whining to them. Like, would you just fucking keep his name because then he'll shut up and I can sleep and he won't be calling me in all hours. It's really selfishness on his friend's part that they're all now bothering you. This is how you do it. All right. So all of his friends and everybody, they are calling you, trying to get you to take away their problem, which is him by making him happy. So what you do is now you call them at all hours and you say things like, what are some ideas you have if I don't change my name? What are some things? You just bother them. What do you think I should do? I feel like a tree, but I don't know what kind of tree I want to be. Just call them nonstop. Good. I haven't been able to think because I can't change my name. I mean, I was just feeling good. I was going to change my name, get a new life. But now, you're all right, and I need to keep the name. But it's just so hard for me to deal with things. So I'm trying to. So then you become a bigger problem to them than he is to them, and then they do your work for you. They go to him. They go, hey, listen. Just let her change her friggin' name. Oh yeah, it's a little convoluted. Either way, just get a restraining order for this guy. That's probably your best idea. I blocked their numbers. New ones pop up. Yeah, you hit them with the same thing he's hitting them with. It'd be a nuisance. Wake them up until they finally tell him to just ease off on you. You don't no threats, nothing crazy, just annoy late hours, all hours of the night. That's what you want to do. I think that's a solid answer. Hold on a second. I got to check. Speaking of my fiance, is she going to bed or something? What's going on? No, she's just sending me some stuff. All right, there you go. Listen, that's true love. You check during the show. You're like, oh, she pinged me a lot. I better check. All right, let's go here. Oh, crap. And there we go. Okay, God's Love says, this is really on brand, God's Love, by the way. Hi, Jesus loves you. Consider following this account. I will follow everyone permanently. All right, using God as a shill to increase your follower base is a little kind of gross. Just putting that out there. I'm glad you love God. Maybe you should ask for forgiveness for trying to use him to increase your number of followers. What do you think about that? Uh, yeah, exactly. Just ask for followers. But hey, like, yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna lead you to the Lord. Just follow me. But I got you. Yeah, just yeah, contribute to the show. Do something. Don't just like I don't understand. I never understand that. Like, yeah, boom, exactly right, Cass. I just don't get that. Like, does that work? Do you find that like you go to a show and you're like, hey, follow me, and suddenly like a bunch of people does anyone follow you? I feel like nobody would follow you. Why would they follow you? I think you would have better luck to the trolls out there to just put don't follow me because people will just do it to be contrarian. Like, oh, you're not telling me what to do. I'm going to follow you. Please stop following. I don't want anyone to follow me. Make a big deal about it. I don't want anyone to follow me. Stop following me. I don't like it. I just want to be left alone. And then people will follow you. That's how you do it. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I don't understand the concept. It's just it makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense, you know. Now, if someone's watching a show like I do that, I'm like, if you happen to be watching, great, then please like and subscribe. Hit the follow button. But I'm not going to like somebody else's show, like follow me, or if you're a guest on somebody's show, which again means you've contributed to that show. So you're being interviewed, you're talking, you're having a nice time at the end of the show. Hey, usually the host will be like, hey, do you want to plug anything? Yeah, if you want to follow me here, that'd be great. But you've contributed to the show. So you've earned the follows or not. So yeah, there you go. Just some tips. I don't know. Oh crap! I've been going almost an hour. These goes great. He's a neutral. Yeah. I don't know. I still prefer that over just like just the um just the stupid trolls. Like just calling people gay or you're a Jew. Just weird dumb shit. That's just angry. Those aren't even good trolls. Just angry, miserable people. And by the way, if that's you can ask me questions and maybe I can help you because you've definitely got anger issues and blame issues and everything else issues. All right. Jeff the Unlicensed Therapist. By the way, if you're enjoying the show, please feel free to like and subscribe. How about that? That's how you do it. All right. I went to stay. Am I the asshole? I went to stay at my parents' for a couple weeks because my husband's family planned a 5 to 6 week stay at our 2-bedroom house without asking me. What the hell's going on? That's just crazy. That is absolutely insane. Yeah, that ain't right. That's messed up. All right. I got married in December. So you've only been married 3 months and the whole family's just moved in. Is this part of like some coordinated attack? Like, okay, you marry her and then we're all going to move into the house. After being with my husband 29 for almost 7 years, you've been together for a while. You kind of must have known what you're getting into, right? One thing I've always been clear about with him, both before and after the marriage, is that I need space and decisions about people staying in the house should be both of us. Yeah, that's just common sense. That's not even, I think you're asking too much here. Recently, I found out that his sister and husband, their child is like Christmas vacation with the Griswolds, and my in-laws have all booked tickets to come stay with us. That's about 5 to 6 weeks. That's insane. And your husband should go get them a hotel or buy them a house to stay in or an Airbnb. That's crazy to not consult you. I would be more than happy to host for 1 to 2 weeks, but 5 to 6 weeks that's insane. That's just insane. The part that really upset me is no one asked me beforehand. That's a huge red flag. You need to go to therapy right now with your husband and just get the therapist to ask him, why would you think that's okay? Or you could ask your husband that. Why would you think that would be okay? That you could just do that? What is going on with you? You've known the guy for 7 years, right? We live in a 2-bedroom apartment. That's crazy. Hot, 7 people in the house. No, that's what the hell? What is going on? None of this makes any sense. There are also lifestyle differences. My in-laws, vegetarians too. Fuck this. This is all a nightmare. They wouldn't even let me make eggs at home. Oh no, you don't let me make eggs at home. You can't stay in my house. You can go. You're vegans anyways. Go live on the land. Go here. Here's a couple of bamboo sticks and a tarp. Go eat the grass in my backyard. You freaks. Again, unlicensed therapist. What hurts me more is the first time we've discussed boundaries for years. My husband told me he understood that I need space and I would handle these things with his family. All right. This was the deal breaker from my end. But he always assured me he would make sure I never had to be put in situations like this, which he just put you in. So there's trust issues as well. But when I brought this up again after finding out about the visit, his response is basically, what do you want me to do? Everything's already booked. Yeah, fuck him. That is a shit answer. It's not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And you need to tell him that. And you need to say, no, tell him to cancel it. Tell him to cancel it. It's probably cheaper for you to pay whatever cancellation fees there will be for all these people who plan on living with you for 5 to 6 weeks than paying for all their food for 5 or 6 weeks and the utilities for 5 or 6 weeks and the wear and tear on the bathrooms for 5 or 6 weeks and just your own personal stress. Say, listen, I took some money. I didn't ask you because, we don't do that anymore. I took some money out of the group joint account and I paid everybody to stay away. Not only did I pay for all their cancellation fees, I sent them all $200 each just to leave us alone. There. See how your husband likes that. Oh, I already sent the money, so sorry. It's absurd. This guy's a jackass. What do you want me? Oh my God. Ugh. Yeah, you get out now. Like, you've been together 7 years. You just got married though. And I would expect way more of this. You need to hit the ground running, lady. Considering going to stay, for my parents a couple weeks while they're here just to get some space. Yeah, you can do that too. I would stay at your parents and tell this guy this is a deal breaker, and we're going to be done if you try and really make this happen. They live on the other side of the country. It's not a small trip. I'm not sure spending that much time. Why would they all come? Like, how do they all have that much free time? None of this makes any sense. Also, to add to this, his parents keep coming to visit us 7 to 10 days. Why does no one here? Are they all like itinerant farmers or day laborers? Like, why do they all have like the ability to just leave their homes for these extended period of time and where they should be working? It's also not discussed with me, but in good faith, I adjusted. No, in bad, it was poor faith. Here's the thing. This is what happened. You agreed to he married you for 3 months, 3 months ago? And now the real him has come to visit. Now they come to roost. So his parents, 7 to 10 days every other month. Anyway, so they're there anyways. Once you've opened that floodgate, he's like, okay, well, let me just friggin' everybody else come. You need to divorce this guy. He sold you a false bill of goods, or he needs to step up and tell everyone to stay out, or go by what you said. You can stay here for a week or two, then get the hell out. But I think that's being generous on your part. All right, everyone, that's my time. I had a great time as always. It's crazy, isn't it? Nobody works. Yeah, they all got this free time. They can spend 5 weeks there. The mom and dad, they're retired. You can make that case, right? Yeah. Are they leave? I don't know, maybe. All right, everybody. I love you. Thank you for tuning into the show. Jeff, the Unlicensed Therapist. If you want your questions answered, you can just put it in the comments of the show, and the next show I will answer them. Or you can send it to jeffahern56@gmail.com. I will answer those as well. And I'm back Friday, and we'll hopefully have a guest on for the show. Just, again, hit me up on jeffahern56@gmail.com. You can even put it in the chat when we're doing the chat. That's another option. So there you go. All right, love you all. Have a great day, everyone. God bless you. I'll be back Friday with more Jeff, the Unlicensed Therapist. Thank you, Cass and TV, and everybody else who's tuned in and active in the chat. Appreciate you. Talit, thank you. Who else do we got here? I want to do some thank yous. Mark, thank you. Yeah, USA, brother. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Dream Cheeky, thank you. And everybody else who tuned in this show. Norman, thank you. God bless you. All right, we're out. Have a great day. And I will see you back here Friday at 10 p.m. May do a show Friday at 12 as well. Okay, I'm just stalling now as I search for the off button. Have a great day, everyone. God bless. Tell your friends to come check out the show. See you Friday, 10 p.m. Back again for Jeff, the Unlicensed Therapist.